Welcome back to the Not Quite Millennials podcast with your hostess with the mostest,
Kolby Ryan Dezan. You heard it first. This was a middle name reveal episode and you didn't even know.
Bailey C. Nickerson.
Bars! That red is how you know the listeners are into it.
Oh yeah, that means red for enjoyment.
Yes.
Yeah.
The classic, on the pain scale, where it starts with a 1 and then a 10 is enjoyment.
At 10, I feel like you would be just at that point, like...
Just bars.
So much pain.
Bars.
Anyways, what's new with you?
I don't want to do what Bailey did last week where I said nothing. That was a sick reference to all 9 people that watched the episode last week. Yeah, I know who you are. You can listen to the freaking podcast. Yeah, let me tell you something. I haven't been doing much. I watched some movies, went to the movies, watched movies. I like movies.
Let's talk about said movie.
Which one? Cool. Bailey and I saw Jaws.
And Millie.
Well, she didn't buy her way in.
Well, damn.
Yeah, we saw Jaws. It was a showing. Chunky's is doing these, like...
They do it every summer. The summer
Apparently.
of Jaws.
This is the summer of Jaws. It's the summer of movie showings from the 70s and 80s. Because... Why? Okay, let's talk about your aversion to seeing Back to the Future. I'm outing you on this podcast.
Ouch.
Why? It's a modern classic, and then he's like,
According
oh, well,
to
since
who?
it's all... Ask almost anyone.
And it's not even modern.
Yes, it is. What do you think the
consider
modern
Jaws
era is?
modern?
Yes.
Film hasn't been around for that long.
Modern is like color onward.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, Mr. Film Studies.
Color was around in the 30s.
No, like in-camera color. Color was around in the 30s in the sense that you legit had to paint on every frame, and not until 1939 did they have the, like, first Technicolor, like, 1.0.
What a good movie that was. The Wizard of Oz, so poppy.
Especially with that, like, midget? No. What's the proper term? Little person hanging.
Munchkin?
Yeah, with the munchkin hanging in the background of one of those shots.
No.
And it wasn't an actual munchkin. Maybe it was just a light.
It was a bird.
Yeah, I'm sure. It definitely wasn't a bird, whatever it was.
It was. People were like, oh, in the new versions, it's edited out, and that's why.
It is.
No, it's...
It is edited out in the newer ones.
I can't.
Are you about to tell me that they're not trying to cover this up?
Why would they be trying to...
corrupt, man.
It's from, like, so long ago.
People would just die on sets. I feel like the most recent movie death was...
The motorcycle Chiquila.
Oh, I was going to reference that woman that died when filming Transformers. And her last thought was, wow, I'm about to die for a Transformers movie.
Who died filming Transformers?
I saw some stunt woman, I think. Or maybe just an extra. I think it was an extra in a car and they, like, blowed it up when she was in it.
Damn.
Something insane like that. I think a crane was involved.
Well, someone died filming Deadpool.
How? When? Why?
On a motorcycle. She wasn't a stunt woman.
Oh.
She was like a professional, I think it was a bike rider. And then they didn't teach her
Bicycle, yeah.
how, you're supposed to, like, how to fall, basically. And then she just kind of...
That's not very professional if you don't know how to fall off a motorcycle.
Well, she wasn't a professional stunt person.
Oh, she just drives a motorcycle.
Yeah, but they couldn't find a stunt person, so they just were like, hey,
Ooh.
we'll take you.
That hurts, man.
And then she was like, hey, you took my life instead.
I don't have great life insurance. You guys need to...
I bet they paid bank.
Honestly, yeah, they probably did, because, I mean, what would they settle for that, Like
Mucho dinero.
Yeah, 100,000.
No, probably more.
Really?
At least
like
a mil. At least.
Huh.
Anyways.
So, let's talk about faux.
It's just faux.
Sorry.
Because if you say it fast, it's like faux.
That
Fo.
doesn't mean anything.
You want to go to Wendy's and get the fo?
Frosty?
Fo. Say it.
What's
Fo.
happening?
Say fo.
Fo.
Now say it fast.
Fo.
What does it sound like you're saying?
Fo.
No, fo.
What's happening?
Fo. Are you not? He doesn't get it. He doesn't know about fo. It's just fo.
I haven't been to Wendy's in 10 years, and I want you to know that.
Okay? It has nothing to do with Wendy's.
But
I mean, it kind of does, but it's not like you're going to go to Wendy's and see on the menu fo.
are you really going to make me look this up? I hate you.
It's just fo.
I
mean,
want you to know
I don't
that
know what
I
to tell
hate you.
I don't know what to tell you, my friend. If Wendy was an animal high school, she would be a parrot because parrots are red and she has red hair.
Racist Wendy's bee commercial? Let's see it.
This just in, Wendy's is adding the double stack as an option in the 4 for $4 for a limited time. With over a quarter pound of fresh beef, that feels so good it
the
should not exist. Like bumblebees should not be able to fly because their wings are too small for their bodies.
That's racist, man.
Supposed to fly? Yeah, kind of like how a quarter pound of beef should not be in the 4 for $4.
But it is, along with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $4.
Yeah, I don't know what 4 for $4 is, dude.
Fo.
I understand what you're saying now, but how would I get that if I hadn't been to Wendy's? You're like, oh, well, it's kinda. What are you talking about?
It's just a fo.
Yanny or Laurel?
Yanny. Laurel.
Oh, they really wanted that to be the next What Color is the Dress?
It was for 2 days.
It was that for an hour, and then everyone's like, oh, you can hear both depending on which one you want.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird.
And that really is the color of the dress. I guess we can check off fo.
Fo. It's not fo.
Shut up.
Fo. It's just
this
fo,
isn't what the
fo.
podcast is, and I want you to know that.
All right. Well, next.
Yeah.
Let's go for the choo.
The listener appreciation station.
Yeah. This question comes from the fakest of fake fans. People who canceled their Patreon.
No, we can't.
What's one of the worst things that happened to either of y'all?
What is that question?
That comes from a former emo girl.
Yeah, you said you weren't emo anymore. What kind of question is that?
Austin said, Estoy en Nuevo Jersey y comiendo estaré contigo pronto. I don't know what the last part means.
Yeah, I didn't get the second to last word. What was the second to last word?
Contigo.
Contigo? That's
Similar
a water
to
bottle
Empatigo.
brand. Empatigo, what I thought I had. Contigo.
And Estaré.
Yeah, that's a water bottle brand.
What is Estaré?
It's like a star. With you. I'm in New Jersey with you pronto. Oh, but I'll be with you. I will be with you soon. I will be with you.
Okay.
Soon.
Wow, he's even a gentleman in Espanol. Good for you.
Yeah, anyone got any liquor? Let's talk to his mom. July 2018 summary, minus $5 in pledges, minus 1 patrons.
Maverick. One time I was in 7th grade and like the phone was ringing and the teacher was down the hall, and so like I was like, all right, I'll answer it for you. And then she
was this Miss LeBourne's room?
It was Miss LeBourne's room.
Yeah. And
then she like came back and she was like, never answered the phone. That's actually not one of the worst things that happened to me. Now. Just the other day, I was out driving. I was doing my little dandy, moving the car, and I pulled away from a cop and a car because I didn't want to hit the person or the car.
Piece of machinery.
And there was a big construction machinery thing next to my car, not my car, and I got a little close to it, but I wasn't even touching the cone, so back off.
I just need you to fully plug that in just in case.
It's red. And then
yeah, it'll still go. Okay.
The cop walks over to me, and he's like,
were you at the stop sign? Is that why?
I just stopped at the stop sign, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the middle of the road, and he's like, never get that close to a piece of machinery such as this.
Piece of machinery. I want to touch that piece of machinery. Ooh, baby.
So,
boy.
I'm no longer a part of the Blue Lives Matter movement.
Were you before? Yeah, guys, Blue Lives Matter. Did you ever consider that? Look at how many.
No, just
look
Black
at how
lives,
many innocent cops are getting
matter.
shot up
Don't
every
you know?
day.
All lives matter.
Let me tell you something. Look at how many innocent cops are being shot up every day.
Cops can be real dickheads.
Yeah, power goes to their heads.
Yeah.
And it's like the most like not real power. It's like the Stanford prison experiment, like honestly. Like just on a bigger scale.
Explain, por favor.
Okay, so the Stanford prison experiment was this thing. It's considered extremely unethical experiment. Not that unethical. It's not like where they like tortured babies or whatever. Who knows?
Fed a pregnant lady cleaner fluid by accident.
Viagra.
That was bad.
So basically what they did is they had this fake prison, or maybe it was like an abandoned prison, and it's like a psychological study, and they had one group be prisoners and one group be guards. And basically after 8 days they had to end it because the prisoners had become like super violent, and like it's just like regular people. And then the guards had started like beating the crap out of them, and the guards were told you can use whatever force necessary to maintain order. So the guards had like essentially nightsticks and just were beating the crap out of all these prisoners, and they're just normal people.
Humans suck, I think, is the lesson.
Yeah, but in many ways Blue Lives Matter. Can't even say it seriously. It's so weird, like you're co-opting like everything else in black culture. It's a bunch of like white people co-opting it. I'm not racist because I say I hate the whites. Now, did you see that woman that's going to work for New York Times and everyone got mad because she was tweeting about how she hates the whites?
No.
Yeah, I felt like, oh, that's a bit cringy, but like I've also done that, so.
Like for Syrio she was doing it, or?
I think she said counter trolling, but that's not a good excuse.
Oh. When you're done.
I feel like I cut off everybody.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, so talking about Blue Lives Matter, they're co-opting this thing from black culture, which just do another thing. But it doesn't make sense. It's not like cops are getting shot up in the street just minding their own business.
Right.
Like when cops get shot up, it's because they're doing their job.
Which is sad.
It's sad. It's a rough position to be in, but they've made this decision.
It's true.
Their lives aren't at risk because of the Black Lives Matter movement, which it seems to be Blue and Black Lives Matter are at odds, correct? Is that the...
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, Black Lives Matter aren't killing cops. Someone sent me an article where that happened one time, and therefore my entire point is null.
Right.
Yeah. God, I hate the world right now. The worst thing that happened to me is probably being born. But other than that, I would say once I got my license, I forgot how to drive. So stay off the roads, everybody.
Oh, boy.
I used to be a really good driver when I didn't have my license.
It's the power.
It's the power.
You have all this power now. Sucky driver. I want to talk about how certain people, aka the Republicans,
all of them, because one of them did something, so they all need to fact check, with all this fake news going around. Climate is weather. Climate is weather. Climate is weather. I'm getting gaslighted so hard.
So there's a picture, a stock photo, mind you, because you can see the stock words all over it, of a Muslim lady, and it says, "This is Mamasai Mamasuka, a school principal in Richmond, Virginia. She has expelled 2 kids for wearing a crucifix around their neck, saying there is no place for religion at a school," and she's wearing a hijab in the stock photo. First of all, that sounds
so funny. Wait,
it sounds mad fake. Huh? Yes, on Facebook. It was shared. So then all I did was take a little gander onto this page that this Republican is following, And
it's just all fake
it's
news.
full of memes just making fun of Republicans. Alrighty. What next?
What are you gonna say? Okay, so it turns out I do know what gaslighting is, because I've been using that word a lot, and I am correct in saying climate is weather. Climate is weather. Climate. It's so good, dude. Because it's so, like... If you have to say it that much, you might want to rethink it. You know?
No, just climate is weather.
Climate is weather.
Is.
My argument to that is like, shut up.
People.
Oh my god, dude.
I just...
Let's talk about fan bing bang.
No, it's fan bing bang. Bing bang.
Fan bing bang. Is this racist? A little bit.
No, it's not. It's her name.
I think when we get it wrong, call her fan bing boing or whatever. That's a bit racist, but I would say that it's more...
Her name, it needs to be easier to...
Yeah, change your name for us whites.
Fan bing bang is not the easiest thing to get.
Fan bing bang, there's only 2 unique syllables.
Okay, so
If your name was just Bay Lee...
Hold on. Fan Bing Bing doesn't get to have any rights because she is... She is a tax evasion fraudist, so...
Evasion. Not invasion. She's not invading the Chinese tax.
Fan Bing Bang, okay?
Bing Bang. Fan Bing Bing, okay?
Chandler Bing?
Chandler Bing.
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
I don't know
Sick
her
reference,
name.
bro. You're such a 90s kid, bro.
Ross Chandler?
Ross Perot?
I don't know their names.
I don't know Monica's last name, though.
Jennifer Aniston.
Nope. That's Courtney Cox.
Really? I thought it was Lisa Kudrow.
I think you need to stop.
Friends.
We saw Jaws. That was pretty okay. Let's talk about Kolby sucks in theaters. He doesn't suck. He points out when everyone else sucks, and that's annoying. People are bad at being in movie theaters. I consider myself almost an expert at being in a movie theater.
What?
You know how often I go to the movies?
Often.
Very much.
Too much.
No.
But it's your thing.
What do you mean you can't see too much movies?
Well,
you can't see too many movies.
It's your thing, and I'm not going to take it away from you.
You try to take away a lot of my things. That's it.
When they get to the unhealthy point...
That's not unhealthy.
Yes it is.
No, it's not,
Yes,
dude.
it is.
Because I'm going to use them, and I have been using them. You know? Does this room smell... It kind of smells because my windows are open. And
Harry razors.
Harry's razors.
Was it necessary to buy so many?
I mean, it's cheaper in bulk. They raised their prices, so now bulk buying isn't as effective. So I'm probably not going to do bulk buying anymore.
That's good.
But
anyways,
see, it's a practical thing. It's
so
not
the movie
like,
theater.
Movie theater. People just don't know how to act, and they think it's like...
Check episode 5, I think, when we talk about movie theater etiquette.
Episode 6.
I think that's also the one where I give my drunken rant.
That's episode 7.
I got called a fake fan.
That's all episode 7.
That was a good episode.
Was it though? We were delirious, dude. I remember saying afterwards, I'm like, oh, this isn't as funny as we think it is. That was back when we didn't edit anything out, so the podcast could be an hour.
Didn't edit anything out.
I'm trying to give you some credit, Bailey. You know?
I make some sick Instagram edits.
Even when they don't really make sense, like it's supposed to be like this mysterious, the return, then he goes, the return of do.
No, you don't get it. That was a build-up.
Oh my god,
and then
dude.
it explodes, and then it's...
You're like every Instagram comedian, dude. The punchline is a song lyric. Have you seen that there's Musical.ly kids that think they're actors because they lip sync to...
Did you see if a Musical.ly kid auditioned for a real role? It was just them, like, pulling up a video.
Yeah.
They were like...
Did you watch Drew Gooden's video? He's like a little skinny white boy.
I watched Elle Mills' video. She's a not-so-skinny white girl. White boy.
She is none of those things.
None of them.
Is she just gay? Is that what we were determined?
That whole video was her being bi.
Was it?
Yeah. It was so much, too. Like, she colored her house a rainbow.
She's very much extra.
Yeah.
People
But
are
that's her
still
thing.
like
She got married to her
coming out and
sister's.
crying. She got married to her sister.
Her sister's.
Yeah, no, I remember that. That's
esposa.
super funny. Esposa.
That sister.
Esposa.
If I was said sister,
I'd be pretty happy with it.
I would be like, give me all the money from that video.
Not well. The boyfriend was just doing it for like an Insta shout out.
He just didn't care. He was like, sure, I'm down.
That guy. That relationship's not gonna last. What? I'm calling you out.
Ella Mills sisters.
Elle Mills
fiance.
half sisters.
Do you remember Poland Bananas?
Poland Bananas books and Poland Bananas.
Now
20.
an author.
Yeah. That's gross.
Apparently, a lot of the booktubers have become authors.
I watched a video like I think maybe a month or two ago. She's doing the same thing.
Still.
Like the same exact
Good for
thing.
her.
And she's like doing book hauls where she has like 20 books and she's like, Taylor Swift. And I'm like,
Oh, so
you
she's,
need to
like,
grow
stuck.
up, pal. She's like stuck in 2013, yeah. She's been doing the same thing for 5 years. It's the same exact content.
I mean, good for consistency.
ASMR update. The New York Times, I want to say, The New Yorker did a piece on ASMR, and it had the biggest one on the platform, the Russian lady. I don't know. It's not her name. It's like a generic ASMR name. Like it's not like.
Isn't it like ASMR tingles or something?
It probably is something like that. It's like whispering.
Oh yeah.
Whispering gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentle. Yeah.
It's one of those.
One of.
It's kind of generic. It's not her name. Her name is Babushka. I don't know her name. She's Russian. She has a. Yeah. So in the piece, she's talking about how like she discovered her tingles, and I'm like. Oh yeah,
They all talk about that.
This New Yorker. Let me get on my pedestal for a
The
second.
magazine?
Yeah. First of all, you overpriced garbage. I can tell you from New York what. Also, their YouTube channel or their YouTube series that this was on is called The Annals of Obsession. I'm like,
What?
are you okay?
I died in Market Basket yesterday. Speaking of terrible marketing,
I just died in your arms.
I walked by an aisle, and it legit, the sign, it just said coat hangers, bleach, and ammonia. I lost my mind.
Why? That was on the sign?
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff in that aisle, but that's what they chose to talk about.
There was like other stuff under it, but I couldn't. After that, I stopped looking.
What the fuck?
Because it was just that after, like one after another. It's like.
I'm happy
And then I
for
went
you.
and got some tuna.
That's at the other side of the aisle.
Yeah.
Or the other side of the store. I'm happy for you personally.
Well, I thought I was done after that, but then my mom was like, "Oh no, I gotta get some chocolate milk for X. Gotta get some Doritos."
Oh, that's a bad combo. Chocolate milk and Doritos.
He drank so much chocolate milk yesterday.
Oh yeah. I guess we're editing in the X hour, the X minute, the X time. X is gonna give us a little theory.
X is never gonna be on the.
Tattoos he had on his face and the big elephant one on his necklace. The person that was in the car, he had no tattoos at all. And the day right before he died, he made a video saying that if I die, I hope I at least made 15 million kids happy. And when you say you hope you die, when you die, and then you just die the next day, it's impossible. And plus, probably the whole thing was planned, and the cops were in it. And plus, one guy on YouTube called the hospital that the news said he went into, and they said he was not there at all, ever.
Oh, jeez.
And that's the case of X, that he's still alive.
It's not happening.
It's already happened. I'm sorry,
It's
pal.
not gonna happen.
So that was an interesting theory about Fortnite and/or XXX Tentacion. And that'll fill in a minute. So we got another 5 minutes to go, Bailey. What are your thoughts on the subject of abortions?
I think our social media is not quite millennials.
No, it doesn't take 5 minutes. We've talked about this before. I'll just start linking to our social media at the end, like at the annotation.
I created a whole like end card, but not that you're gonna use it or anything.
You haven't even shown me yet. You can't
It's in the Instagram ad. I tested it out there.
Nah.
You saying you don't watch those fire ads?
It's so long,
It's
dude.
30 seconds.
That's much longer than I have.
It's an hour and a half podcast.
But I'm able to do other stuff while I'm
It's just 30 seconds of your time.
doing it.
It's half a minute. It doesn't take that
I'll
much.
never get that half minute of my life
It's a
back.
good half minute to spend watching for your information.
So where do you think X
Fo.
is? The rapper, not the person. He's not a
Dead
person.
in the ground.
How dare you?
He's not.
How many
not.
Xanaxes do you think Lil Pump is on right now at this moment? Do you think he's clean? Do you think he's clean yet?
No.
I think he might just act like he's a... You think Lil Pump... You think 6ix9ine is a convicted pedophile?
Drinking that lean.
Oh, it's perfect, man.
Lean
Perfect.
seems disgusting.
Lean isn't something that people should do. Let's talk about Danielle Bregoli and Lean. Bad Baby?
Yeah.
Is that her
I think it's
rap name?
bad. Isn't it Bad Bobby? I thought it was Bobby.
Is it Ricky Bobby?
Is it Ricky Horror Rocky?
Is it Ricky Horror Picture Show? How does died in your arms tonight?
Must have been something she said.
Hey, do you have cash on you? Cause I don't have cash on me, and I want a Slurpee. So I'm gonna see if my actual card works.
No, I don't have
This
cash.
time.
Oh, please don't.
No, let's do it again. That would be so funny, dude. I'm like, here, I'll give you my driver's license so you can...
I think you gotta explain what happened. Or not. He tried getting us Slurpees with Apple Pay, and they didn't accept.
Yeah, that's their backwards business.
And
that's
did he
the
bring
thing.
cash? No.
It definitely should have been enabled, because if it's a chip reader, it has RFID. It does. It does.
I think the moral today is just to look out for Mr. Shoot as an Uber driver.
Is he gonna be?
Coming
I
near
would
you.
not be okay with.
I told him he should, and then he was like, "What's an Uber driver?" And I taught him about it.
And he'd have to like use a phone.
He told me that people would hate him because he would drive so safely. I was like, "No, you wouldn't."
What a meme. What are you talking about? As an Uber driver, the whole point. Do they charge by distance or time, do you think? Probably time.
It should be by distance.
Well, I can see, like, here, like, around these parts, it should be distance.
In a city, I guess, yeah, time.
Yeah, like, or LA, where they're like, it takes you
Okay.
4
But, like,
hours.
if you get stuck on the freeway in LA, like, I would just get up and walk. Because you're not moving.
Like, La La Land. Bailey, do the social media.
Kiki, do you allow me? We should do the Kiki challenge.
That sounds
Not
dumb.
quite millennials at Instagram and not Twitter anymore. It's just deactivated.
That's not true. Follow us on Twitter. Maybe that'll give Bailey some more motivation to,
I don't have Twitter. We're on Patreon and the YouTubers.
give us some of your money.
Apple Podcasts, iTunes, SoundCloud.
Give us your money.
Stitcher,
Give us your
Google Play,
give us your money.
Spotify, Weebly.
Yeah, so bye.
Nobody can know.